Hello friends, this video on respiration in organisms part 19 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So now let us selectively choose few organisms and see how exactly respiration happens in them. So one such organism which I have chosen is earthworm. Now do you all know what is an earthworm? It is something which is very commonly seen in soil. Maybe if you go to your garden, you might see one or two earthworms. So it is a reddish brown terrestrial invertebrate. Why invertebrate? Because it doesn't have a backbone, so it cannot stand like we do. So it is like how do you have snakes? So they also crawl on the ground. So similarly, these creatures, they are also like tiny insects. So tube-like structures, reddish brown in color, and they like kind of crawl on the ground. So they are earthworms. They are also known as farmer's friend. In fact, that is a more popular name for earthworm. Do you know why? Because they live in the soil and they improve the fertility of the soil. Now, when the fertility of the soil improves, the crop production improves and it helps the farmers. So that is why they are called farmer's friend, because they improve soil fertility. So where do we find these earthworms? They live on the upper layers of soil, mostly in the soil. That's why I said, if you pick some handful of soil from your garden also, there are good chances that you will be able to see an earthworm. They mostly eat on living and dead organic matter which might be present inside the soil. So that is where you see earthworm. Now, you got to know where exactly this creature lives. So it lives in the soil. So how do you think respiration will happen in case of earthworms? So let's look at the respiratory system of earthworm, how exactly it happens. Now earthworm, they do not have specialized respiratory organs. Like in case of human beings, we have lungs. In case of fishes, you have gills. So here you really do not have any specialized respiratory organs. Then how gaseous exchange takes place? Yes, through their body surface. Now, another interesting thing here is their body surface remains moist most of the time. Why do you think so? Because they live in the soil, and soil is generally moist because it contains a lot of water. So therefore, their body surface also is moist. So it picks up oxygen from the water which is present in the soil, and it is picked up from the moist soil by hemoglobin. So the same component which is present in the blood of earthworm as well. So hemoglobin will pick up oxygen from the water which is present in the soil. Soil contains a lot of water, and that is why plant needs soil, because plants get water and minerals from the soil. If the soil becomes too dry, in that case, the earthworms will not be able to survive there because they will not get enough water. So they gain oxygen through the moist soil. It will die if the soil is too dry or the soil is too wet. So in both the cases, it will die. And during such conditions, for example, have you ever noticed that you are able to see a lot of earthworms not inside the soil but outside the soil during rainy season? Why is it that? Because during rainy season, the soil becomes too wet. So when it is rainy season, the soil is too wet. Now, when the soil contains too much of water, that also creates a problem for the earthworm because they are not able to do proper gaseous exchange. So they cannot survive in very wet soil. So therefore, they surface during these extreme conditions when the soil is too dry or too wet. But otherwise, they live in the soil, and through their moist body surface, the exchange of gases take place. Because where is oxygen present? Oxygen is taken up from the moist soil which contains decent amount of water, and oxygen is present in that water in dissolved form. So this is how exchange of gases take place. Now also the body surface of the earthworm is moist. One reason is that it lives in soil which contains water. The other reason is that there is a body fluid or mucus which makes its body surface moist. So it is due to the presence of a body fluid or mucus which makes it like kind of moist. So that's how respiration happens in case of earthworm. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.